보통 사용되는 이 소리북으로 연주를 할 예정이라고 합니다. 두 북을 연주하지만 마치 하나처럼 느껴지는 환상의 호흡을 보여준다고 하니 여러분 기대해 주시기 바랍니다. 자, 그럼 이 음악 감상하시면서 저는 여기서 인사드리겠습니다. 고맙습니다.
달
쓰고
다
안 제
헐
헐수 아
달
어이
다
허이
다 얼씨구
암은
아,
하이!
하이!
안녕하세요. Riding on the Korean Wave. Welcome to Wednesday's edition of The Culture Wave. I'm Kwon So-ah in Seoul. Explore with us Korea's culture from all aspects and stay up to date with K-entertainment, K-trends, K-food, K-everything. And before you know, you'll be booking your flight to Korea. Today we're joined by my co-host Walter Lee in the studio. Hello Walter, welcome back.
Hello, Soa. It's good to be back. Hello, everyone. Did you miss me? Because I missed you. And I'm Walter Lee, here to co-host alongside Soa and fill you in with the latest K-entertainment news.
Of course we missed you, and that's why we're going to start off with your K-entertainment news, Walter.
Excellent.
All right, so starting off today with a K-drama on Netflix that has been taking the world by storm.
Yes.
But it's also raising awareness about a very important issue, right?
It is indeed. So the Netflix series As You Stood By, which focuses on the issue of domestic violence, generated explosive interest immediately after its release and swiftly claimed the #1 spot globally in the non-English TV show category. Now, the drama's realistic depiction of the relentless cycle of abuse and the emotional struggles of victims struck a powerful chord with viewers. Now, it's so much so that amid its rising popularity, the drama that is, reports have been noted that an increase in real-world domestic violence hotline inquiries have risen. So this is a great thing. The creators explained that the goal was to raise awareness about the gravity of the domestic violence. Its gripping premiere and shocking plot twist fueled a rapid word-of-mouth buzz, and it was released on November 7th. Now, As You Stood By broke into the top 10 in more than 20 countries within 3 days, solidifying its status as a global sensation. And if you are a part of the very small, the very big minority of domestic violence, please seek help.
Right, it's very interesting and also good to see that we're putting this focus today on domestic violence, because we talked about the same movie with Professor Ji Hye-won and Bella before, and we talked about women's content when we talked about this movie.
Yes.
So there are very many different angles you can look at this series, that is. So yes, very good perspective here that we're seeing. And Walter, we're going to continue with an anniversary.
Yes.
We've talked about a lot of 10th anniversaries this year when it comes to K-pop groups, but this time we're talking about one member of a K-pop group, right?
That's correct indeed. So Girls' Generation's Taeyeon will share her first ever compilation album, marking the 10th anniversary of her solo debut. Now, the album is due to come out on December 1st. Now, on Tuesday early morning, Taeyeon's official social media channels revealed the scheduled film for Panorama, The Best of Taeyeon. Now, the video showcased a slideshow of images capturing her decades-long solo journey from her debut song I to the latest release, the 6th mini album Letter to Myself. Now, since Wednesday, that being today, Taeyeon has rolled out a series of teaser content. They include things like film clips, concept photos, music video teasers, and full music videos still yet to come out, building excitement as she gears up for the new album's release.
Can't wait for the new album. And last but not least, let's talk about a concert film sure to impress fans of Forestella.
Yes, Forestella, the concert film Forestella, The Wave in cinema, showcasing the all-male crossover quartet Forestella, known for their wide vocal range from, let's say, classical music to even K-pop. Now, that premiered in theaters nationwide on Wednesday. Today, the film presents the full stage of their national tour 2025 Forestella concert The Wave, and is especially meaningful as it marks their first full group performance since Go Urim completed his military service. Now, bringing the emotional powerful of their fully sold tour to the big screen, the movie captures every detail from the members' expressions to the harmonies, delivering the intensity of the live experience. Now, it also features candid interviews and behind-the-scenes moments, completing the film as a special record for the group. Now, the highly anticipated sing-along screenings actually sold out immediately after ticket sales opened, meaning that led to theaters to add more showings due to the overwhelming demand. So great note there.
Forestella is really a very talented group, and I like the title here, 2025 Forestella Concert, The Wave.
Yes, they must have stole that off us, I think.
Well, thank you very much, Walter, for those updates, and stick around.
Will do.
And now let's go over to our AI anchor, Arirang, for more on the culture front. Arirang, over to you.
Hello and welcome to your AI guide to the latest cultural updates from Korea. Here's our top story. President Lee Jae-myung, who is on a state visit to the United Arab Emirates, attended a Korea-UAE joint cultural performance at the Middle Eastern nation's presidential palace on Tuesday. The program featured Korean traditional music, K-pop, and a performance by soprano Sumi Jo, along with the UAE's traditional Al-Ayala dance, a UNESCO-listed intangible cultural heritage. About 300 guests were in attendance, including President Lee, First Lady Kim Hye-kyung, and senior UAE officials. Seoul's presidential office voiced hopes that the successful joint performance will further deepen mutual friendship and trust, strengthening the two countries' strategic partnership. Star ballerino Jeon Min-chul will perform in Korea for the first time since officially joining Russia's Mariinsky Ballet. He is set to appear in The Night in Seoul, a ballet gala to be held at the National Theatre of Korea on January 3rd and 4th next year. Along with Jeon, the show will bring together dancers from major international companies, including the Mariinsky Ballet, the Royal Danish Ballet, American Ballet Theatre, and the Paris Opera Ballet. Jeon officially joined the Mariinsky Ballet as a first soloist last month. A media art event at ancient tombs in Gyeongju, Gyeongsangbuk-do Province, attracted around 600,000 people, showcasing Korea's rich cultural heritage. According to Gyeongju City, the Daereungwon Media Art event, held from October 24 to November 16 in Hwangnan-dong, drew about 50,000 foreign tourists among the total attendees. The exhibition projected a range of visuals onto Daereungwon, featuring immersive works using LED, motion capture, and AI-based technologies. Daereungwon, home to 23 Silla-era tombs, including the Cheonmachong tomb, is a prominent cultural landmark in the city. That's all from me. Stay tuned to the Culture Wave.
Korea's cultural industry and Hallyu, the Korean wave, have moved beyond mere popularity to become a true driving force for national growth. Cultural and creative industries were even recognized in the Gyeongju Declaration signed at this year's APEC meeting. Lee Eun-jin breaks it down for us.
The Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation, or APEC, has been closely tied to free trade since its inception. It was established to expand trade in the Asia-Pacific region at a time in the early 1990s when other large regional blocs were created, like the European Union and the North American Free Trade Agreement. An export-driven South Korea, accordingly, has played a key role since the early days of APEC.
김영삼 대통령은 APEC이 개방적 국제무역제도 확립에 이바지해야 한다고 역설하는 등 선진국과 개발도상국의 중간 입장에서의 조율 역할을 충실히 수행했습니다.
However, just over 30 years later, the foundation of free trade that underpins APEC has been shaken. Since the second Trump administration, protectionism has gained renewed strength as the U.S. and China compete for global dominance. As Korea has grown into one of the world's top 10 economies under the APEC framework of free trade, the Gyeongju APEC meeting was both a challenge and an opportunity to rekindle the spirit of free trade while also securing new engines of growth. In this context, the key agreement in the Gyeongju Declaration centers on the potential of the cultural and creative industries.
문화 창조 분야에 대한 약간의 논란이 있었지만 그건 쉽게 합의가 됐다고 합니다. 그래서 전체적으로는 모든 회원국들이 뜻을 모아서 우리 아시아 태평양이 그리고 전 세계가 나아갈 길에 대해서 충분히 의미 있는 결론을 만들어냈다고 생각됩니다.
This reflects the government's determination to further support the growth of Hallyu, which of course includes K-pop and K-dramas, not just as popular culture, but as a national growth industry on par with semiconductors. At the same time, the Gyeongju Declaration signifies that leaders across the Asia-Pacific region have recognized the growth potential of the cultural industry. It also highlights the urgent need for cooperation across industries to support the drive in development of Hallyu beyond cosmetics, food, and tourism. Lee Eun-jin, Arirang News.
K-food captured global attention at Anuga, the world's largest food fair held in Cologne, Germany last month. What's notable is that Korea was chosen as the partner country of Anuga 2025 for the first time. 13 leading Korean food companies and 88 booths were featured at the Korean pavilion. Today, we connect with Jan-Philipp Hartmann, the director of Anuga, to hear firsthand accounts of the global K-food craze. Hello, Jan.
Hello, Jan.
Hi, welcome from Cologne.
Welcome to the Culture Wave to Seoul. Now, could you maybe first introduce yourself a little bit and also tell us about Anuga?
Of course. First of all, thank you for having me. My name is Jan-Philipp Hartmann. I'm 41 years old and since 2023 the director of Anuga, which is the world's largest trade fair for food and beverages, and to our knowledge at least, the biggest trade show in the world regarding participating companies. It takes place every 2 years and brings together 10 specialized trade shows under one roof, from, for example, fine food or meat to frozen products, plant-based innovations, and so on and so on. And this makes Anuga the most comprehensive platform in the industry. It is definitely the strongest global all and export marketplace. And I'm saying this not to brag, but I just want to give you an overview how important it is to be present at this stage at the global food and beverage industry.
Sounds very impressive. Now, K-food attracted also lots of attention at this year's event, especially as Korea was this year's partner country of Anuga. So what does it mean to be selected as a partner country, and why was Korea chosen?
Well, being selected as Anuga's partner country is a major distinction, I would call it. It gives a nation and, of course, its industry a central stage at the fair, not only through exhibitions, but also through cultural activities, innovation showcases, and direct dialogue with the food industry, with the food community. And Korea was chosen because it brings together two strong qualities which we look for at Anuga in particular. A deep culinary tradition and a very high level of food innovation. And K-food is growing worldwide, not only because of its bold and vibrant flavors, but also because many Korean products fit very well within today's global trends. For example, health and sustainability, fermentation, also clean label has to be mentioned, maybe even convenience and food tech, where Korea is pretty strong, or very strong in particular. And under the theme flavor meets trends, Korea showed this combination very clearly. The visitors were able to experience authentic fermented classics on one side, but also modern ideas like plant-based products or new food tech solutions on the other. And this mix of heritage and this mix of heritage and future actually made Korea a perfect match for Anuga as partner country this year.
Great combination of tradition and innovation.
Right, exactly. And let's stick to the sort of category of trends as well as the people who attended as well. Among numerous K-food products, were there any specific items or let's say categories that drew attention of visitors or buyers?
Yes, definitely. Several categories actually were very popular. I could name three at first hand. Well, first, fermented foods, of course, kimchi and the young trio, soy sauce, doenjang and gochujang. Are essential elements of the Korean cuisine, and they offer strong flavors and natural health benefits which match European consumer trends pretty strongly. Second, definitely ramyeon and Korean street food items, of course. Ramyeon has become a global symbol through films, series, and social media. I mean, who am I telling, right? And at Anuga, companies presented classic varieties, but also healthier versions, let's call them, with low sodium or added high protein or being gluten-free. This combination of culture and innovation attracted a lot of interest, especially through the exhibitor Nongshim, or the producer Nongshim, who participated in a very, very big way, I would call it, a very well presented stand space. And third, and I want to make it as quick as possible, many next generation products. Korean companies show tofu noodles, for example, or vegan tuna, allergen-free soy sauces, and sustainable seaweed products. And this together, the products, but also the live cooking during the show and the guided tours through the Korean pavilion made it easy for the visitors to experience exactly this variety from traditional dishes to innovative products.
That is quite interesting. It's actually more products than I thought we even had in Korea. So, compared to previous Anuga fairs, did you notice some changes in, let's say, terms of the interest in Korean food or the scale of participating companies?
Well, yes, absolutely. That was actually the idea behind it, right? We saw a strong increase in general interest in Korean food at Anuga, but we would also say many visitors and buyers came specifically to the Korean pavilion because they were looking for Korean products since they are such, on high demand. They were looking for new flavors and innovative ideas, which the Korean exhibitors showcased at the show. And K-food was visible across the entire fair, actually. We're talking about 18 halls, so it was visible everywhere on the showground. Through tastings, live cooking sessions, and also on our Horizon stage, where we tackle future topics like alternative proteins or food tech, was discussed. And when we look at the exhibitor side, we also see a positive development in 2025. The Korean participation with around 100 exhibitors increased significantly compared to previous editions. Well, and this strong presence. Yeah, sorry. Continue.
Oh, continue, Jan.
Okay, I just wanted to mention that this strong presence became even more visible during the joint opening of Anuga by our Germany's Agriculture Minister Alois Rainer and Korea's Minister of Agriculture, Food and Rural Affairs, Mrs. Mi Song. And it was a symbolic moment that highlighted the close cooperation between both countries and also the global relevance of K-food for the food and beverage industry.
That's wonderful. Not only a food cooperation, but also diplomacy involved there, I guess. But Jan, how would you assess the current status of Korean cuisine in Germany? I would like to know that because when I was back in Germany from the late 1980s to around the early 2000s, no one would eat kimchi or ramen among my friends. But really, are German people now eating Korean food? And also, given the strong trends in Europe towards vegan or alternative foods, sustainability, as you mentioned before, how is K-food aligning with these trends?
Well, I can tell you, your friends would by now eat these kind of products. The Korean cuisine has become much more visible in Germany in the recent years. In cities like Berlin or Hamburg, where the food scene is especially dynamic, Korean restaurants and concepts have grown noticeably. And beyond the restaurant world, beyond the HoReCa world, we see more Korean products in the supermarkets, in food service trends as well, and at industry events. And this rise is closely linked to the broader Korean culture wave, K-pop, K-dramas, and a growing interest in fermentation and bold flavors, definitely. And what resonates with German consumers, and I would also say with European consumers, is the mix of health, vegetables, and fermented foods on one side, but also new taste experiences on the other. And the Korean cuisine feels really authentic, but also fresh and exciting. And this is exactly what German and European customers are looking for. For example, ingredients like kimchi, gochujang, or Korean barbecue sauces are now much easier to find, which makes it simple for the people to cook Korean dishes at home. And of course, the Korean cuisine is still developing compared to long-established Asian cuisines, but the momentum is very strong, especially among young consumers.
Very happy to hear that.
I'm quite interested in knowing, and hopefully I don't cross the line here, but can you tell us about some actual cases of contracts or maybe future collaborations that have resulted from the event that you could probably tell us?
Well, yes and no. First of all, it's important to know that most contracts are being signed in the post-trade trade fair phase. So they start having communication, they meet, they network, and from this, a contract might occurring, let's say, or might be formed. So within the first 1 or 6 months, or 1 to 6 months after the show, these contracts are being signed. And second of all, I must admit that I'm not the right person to answer this, since our exhibitors have more information about that, right? I will not be informed if a contract will be signed, but we are creating and providing a platform for exactly this purpose. And I know that many contracts have been signed. I know, for example, that one country has received a total of contracts worth over $13 billion. But this information reached me only via a press release of this particular country. And I'm sure the Korean companies have received many contracts as a result of the participation at Anuga. But I'm not aware about the volume, unfortunately.
But I'm sure you have something to say for the next question, Jan. Through the 2025 Anuga Food Fair, you've seen the appeal of Korean food up close. So how do you anticipate K-food will develop in Germany, Europe, or beyond going forward?
Well, I'm very positive and optimistic about the future of K-food in Europe. Because it brings, I mentioned it before, it brings strong flavors, healthy elements, convenience, and a cultural story that I would say resonate with many people. I expect more Korean products in supermarkets, more cooperations between Korean and European companies, and continued innovation in fermentation, plant-based foods, and clean label. K-food fits extremely well with the expectations of European consumers, so I believe its relevance will continue to grow. And I can actually give you an example. Unilever, one of the biggest consumer goods producers in the world, recently launched a new brand named Namdong for ramyeon products, and will sell these products in the UK, in Poland, the Netherlands, Switzerland, Austria, and Germany. So in very important markets in Europe. And it shows that even the bigs of our industry see the trend of K-food and decide to invest in this. So it's a really good sign. And on a personal note, the passion and professionalism that Korea showed at Anuga were truly impressive. Seeing our teams, we have an office in Seoul, and our partners from the partner country working so closely together with us was a great experience, and it showed once again that Anuga is not only about business, it's also about people, collaboration, and shared ideas. And even with this huge geographical distance, it is easy to overcome any obstacle and create something great and something really important, not only for our exhibitors, but also for the European consumers.
Great to hear that. Now, Jan, finally, we have a minute or so time, very briefly. Could you give us a preview about the next Anuga, and also maybe a quick message to potential exhibitors or visitors?
Well, yes, I can. We will have an addition to our trade show venue, so expect it to be even bigger as in 2025. We will have a new venue which we will use for Anuga. We will not only focus on the sheer exhibitor numbers or square meters, but also on increasing the quantity and quality of our side event program to offer even more than only the products, but also more networking possibilities, more trend insights, and so on and so on. And well, we really look forward to present the current status of the food and beverage industry, but also the industry of tomorrow. And I would be really, really happy to continue this partnership, not on a partner country level. This will go to another country in 2027, but I'm really looking forward to welcome all the Korean exhibitors again, and maybe the one or the other even more than in 2025.
All right, thank you very much, Jan. We're looking forward to 2027 as well. Vielen Dank, and thanks for connecting with us.
Thank you, Jan.
Thank you for having me. Take care.
And thank you, Walter, as always. We're going to see you back here soon.
See you very soon.
Thank you for spending the past half an hour with us on the Culture Wave. Please join us again tomorrow on Thursday at 2 p.m. Korea time.